Let's get building.
Hello there, welcome to JonnyBuildz. I am your host, Johnny, and real quick, had to show that the gift with purchase stuff came in for the Enterprise, just no Enterprise yet. That's supposed to come tomorrow. But just wanted to show and say, hey, here it is. We got actually a really cool gift with purchase, which is almost 600 pieces, which is a little bit high for most gift with purchases. But it's 2 classic castles. This is actually the King's Castle, which I actually have. And then there's this one, which is the King's Mountain Fortress, I believe, which is really cool. There's also this gift with purchase. That is the hot chocolate stand, which is cute. And then, of course, we have the GWP that comes with the Enterprise, which is the Type 15 shuttle pod. So there we go. So anyway, that was just real quick. I wanted to show that we got those. But what we got tonight is something completely different. Now, I've done a fun hole set before. And this is now branded Lumibricks, even though it's still, the packaging still says fun hole, which means they've been building them or creating the sets before they came out with the name rebranding, which is fine. So this is what I received from Funhole to do tonight. So the Funhole set is, or the Lumibricks set, I gotta keep calling them Lumibricks. They sent me actually 2 of these, and this is, it claims to be a 3-in-1. So I'm not sure to what extent that is, because I see this, which looks a lot like this. It just doesn't have like the thingies popping out, the nets popping out. And we got this like the aerial version of this thing. So I know I can see a light here. I'm betting the fire lights up. Not sure what is going to be making this 3-in-1, but we are going to find out tonight. So, get my trusty knife, and we'll start my timer and see how long this takes. It is 424 pieces, so it shouldn't take too long. Ready? 3, 2, 1. There we go. Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a great night. I had queso fundido for dinner. What did you have for dinner? That was amazing. I love that these Funhole sets, even the smaller ones, come in these nice stiff boxes. Their packaging is really cool. All right, so we've got instructions. Do we have multiple instructions? It does not look like it. So we've got, service card. Hey, what is that? This is the set that I received from Lumibricks for being a member of their creator program. They asked me to be in it, and I said sure. So they sent me 2 sets, and it's the same set. They sent me 2 of these so I can build. It's a 3-in-1, but it's a steampunk motorcycle pursuit. You can see they're chasing this guy. This is Alice, and this is whatever his name is. It says it on the box. Code 5 is his name. Okay. So the nice thing about Lumibricks is all their stuff is lit up. So this is the light pack stuff that goes with it. There's not many with this because it's a smaller set. But the one set that I built from them before, this is F for figures. So they have a separate bag just for the figures. I like that. That's cool. Their figures are a little goofy, but that's okay. But anyway, so we've got 3 bag ones. They're all separated. Like they don't have bags within bags. They have them separated here. We've got bag and bag 2. All right, so we got bag 1 and bag 2. All right. So let's look through the instructions and see how it's set up to be a 3-in-1 set. All right. So, hey Vab, how you doing tonight? So that's about Funhole, which is now branded Lumibricks. So we can tell that this is going to light up here. I'm betting something with the engines or something in here is going to light up too. So the inspiration. So they talk about that. They say what you should have in here. You actually have some gadgets in order to help, and there's like a little power supply thing here. So they talk about like which direction everything should go. I'll probably need my glasses to do it. Ooh, they have, oh, those are watch batteries. I don't know if I have watch batteries. We'll have to find out. So, all right, so bag 1 in the figures go there. So what I'm guessing is bag 1 is going to make like the little backdrop thing, and then the 3-in-1 part is going to be the different modes for the bike. So let's go ahead just to see if that's the case. So I don't think you redo the building as anything different. So it's a little different than what a Lego set is. Stop chasing! I'll always be one step ahead. Oh, he's a jerk. Okay, so bag 2 is you make the bike, and it says you're going to use the lights in both of those. So that's the bike as the plane. I wonder if it actually transforms, because it looks like it does. So you have to redesign it now. Next, make the display. Okay, and display the 2 forms, option A and option B. Okay, so the 3-in-1 is that there's the building and then 2 different options for the vehicle. You can make it so it's flying or as the regular vehicle. So that's option B. Oh, option A is on here. Option B is up on the edge here, which is kind of cool. And then we have this as the bike. So there's option A1, okay, with the bike. This will be interesting. I think I'll do it as the, oh, option B1. Ooh, what goes up there? Does the bike go up there? Oh, that's the flying one. I think we're going to do this one. I think we'll make it so like the thing goes here. Someone has a question regarding the Easter Lego car race. The Easter Lego car, who does? I don't think I need this. This is just, you know, stuff. All right, let's get building, as Vader says. Oh, all right. What's his question? I'll try to help explain as best I can. So again, I like this. They do figures separately in their own bag. That's kind of cool. Going through. I should be able to, because it's a smaller set, I'm going to zoom this in a little bit more. There we go. All right. Let us open this up. So this is steampunk stuff. So steampunk is a little bit more, I mean, it's some flashiness, but it's also like old school style stuff. Like, think of like 40s and 50s style things with like gears and stuff like that don't really do anything. It's just how it looks. So someone wants to play fast and loose with the, well, that sounds like someone that wants to win, and like they're gonna do whatever it takes to win. So also, the cool thing about Funhole is, or Lumibricks, is they have mostly printed pieces. Mostly printed pieces, which is fantastic. I like that. So. You get your enterprise. Wait. Time out. Vab, I thought you were going to be getting in early on Black Friday and picking it up. So you decided not to. You decided to get it in the middle of the night, huh? Well, that one's a 3. All right. Dark gray or black, one of those two. I think it's dark gray. There it is. Completely past it. So, they're saying as long as the car is made out of Lego, it can race. It has to be made completely out of Lego, like a Lego provided thing. So like, Kristen got a bunch of these weighted motorcycle wheels, and they are specifically Lego. But of course, there's parts to them that aren't Lego specific. But yes, it has to be entirely out of Lego. You can't say a but I mean, like, if you're not meeting that criteria, then you fail. Yeah. put that in the wrong place because I'm trying to. Prior to the race. No. It cannot. Plans changed. I need to be somewhere on Friday, so I had to. That makes sense. Totally get that. That's kind of what happens sometimes. By the way, the clutch power of Lumibricks is just as good as Lego. It snaps, very satisfying. But they also have like these printed pieces, or these like the silver pieces, the gold. They have, you know, they do more as far as that stuff goes than Lego does, which is awesome. And again, this isn't a thing to harp on Lego here. I have my gripes with Lego just because of what they've been doing lately. This is more to say this is what Lumibricks does, and they do well. So all the cars are built prior to the race. They can't be built after the race. Well, they're built at the racetrack essentially. Would be, I guess, the better way to define it. They are built at the racetrack at the same time. So they're built that day. There with everyone there, sharing the pieces that are available. Yeah, well, no, he can't. That is not allowed. Just like that is not a bag. So yeah, my Enterprise will be coming in tomorrow as well. The GWP stuff I just showed, it's here. But yeah, the Enterprise will be in tomorrow, and I will start that next week. So that will be next week's denied. Yeah, he can't. Like, and again, you have to do this in this like follow the spirit of the rules. Like we say the same thing in Awana. Like you follow the spirit of the game that you're playing. So like, yes, that not every single thing is going to be, you know, covered in the rules, etc. You know, do it. It's just fun, you know. Sisu, how are you doing tonight? Good to see you. I thought you would be staying away from something that is non-Lego. Yeah. And there's no reason to just win, you know. It's just fun. I'm good, Zisu. What'd you have for dinner? All right, so here we go with some. Oh, look at these! Look at those pieces. I like the gold. I think this looks better than Lego's gold. I think it does. It's gonna be the back wall, I think. Zizu! You had breakfast for dinner. That is the best dinner. That is always the best dinner. Breakfast for dinner is awesome. Okay, so we're gonna do, so this thing is consistent through the 3-in-1 building process. And then we will do the vehicle. I think we'll do the flying vehicle up on the wall. I think that'll look the best. So their version, Lumibricks' version of a 3-in-1. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That just looks so good. The shine, the shimmer. That looks so good. That one has a hole in it at the top. Put a little doohickey in. I understand that, but new jobs tend to, if you make yourself useful and everything. Ooh, here's our first printed piece. Little dial. So this is like a little gauge here. They have it sideways, so we will put it sideways. go. All right. We got our little, our little, of course, in a steampunk set, it has something that's regulating steam, so. That is great. All right. All right, so we're going to build a wall. So let's see the build quality of this wall. Like I said, the clutch power is very good with this. That is a goofy looking piece. So this is one of these specialty pieces. See how it has a little bit of a dip in it? That's so the wire can go through, if that's indeed what this is going to be used for. I think it is. And that's a smart way to do wiring. Of course, Lego doesn't do wire on their own, which is fine. I mean, like, that's their choice. Other companies do it. But it definitely makes it easier whenever you build something with electric and wiring in mind. Yeah. So, oh, which brings up a good thing. So when I start the Enterprise next week, I have, where is it? So I have one of these. It's a long strand of LED lights. They're just regular white LED lights. And this is going to go in the Enterprise as I build it. So there's going to be some times whenever, as I'm building it, I'm going to have to stop, probably play around with some stuff and pull some things out and see if there's a way that I can get the lights to flow where I want them to. Excuse me. In the engines and in the radar dish in the front. So that is going to be happening as I build the Enterprise. So it'll be a little bit slower than I would typically go. Simply because I don't want to build it and then have to take it apart to build it with the lighting in there. I want to kind of do it as I go because that's part of the plan, you know? So, yeah. Oh, by the way, if you would, I would appreciate it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Helps the algorithm. And this is my first... This is my first Lumibricks creator stream as part of the creator program. So I know that's why I did the poll the way I did. Oh, I see what it is. So this, I thought this was for wiring, but it's not. So the way this is designed, let's see if I can show it. You can actually push this in just a little bit. Like, so it's like just a little bit off. So that's kind of neat. So it's designed so it can have a little bit of an angle to it. Kind of to give it a little bit of, as my dad would say, character. The nervousness. I'm not nervous. Nothing to be nervous about. So, no, I'm excited. The creator program is cool. It builds character, yes, as my dad says. As I heard all my life growing up. The creator program is really cool because they asked me to be in it. And I had to fill out a thing, and I said, sure, that would be cool. So I filled out the thing that they asked me to. And then they said, yes, upon further investigation, whatever you want to call it, we like what we see, so, would you like to be part of it? What themes do you like? And we'll send you a set. And they sent me, so I can do both, actually, because they sent me 2 of this set. So I can actually just take out bags 2 of the other one that I have and just... sweating? There's no bullets sweating. And there's none of that whatsoever. I am cool as a cucumber. But this allows me freedom to just be like, hey, I want to build this. And all I got to do is once a month stream something and tag Lumibricks, and they're good with it, That doesn't mean I have to do just them and them alone. I can, be free to do other things. So that's really cool. So I'm excited to be in the program. They don't give, they're not going to be giving me tons of sets or anything like that. It's just every now and then they'll send me something. I just, do this occasionally, and yeah. So, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, and the funny thing is too, the more I'm looking, I mean, like the sets that they've been releasing lately, I mean, like they just keep releasing stuff left and right, and it's like, you know, wow, pretty cool. Some of the stuff they're coming out with a new space, a space series, which is really cool. Not sure to what like what all they're going to have on it, like what all it's going to involve necessarily. But yeah, that'll be a cool series. I know I'll be interested in that. But their Wild West series is awesome. That was a series that Lego should have done or continued with, and they didn't. And it might not have sold well. Totally understand that. But their Wild West, like their train and everything for the Wild West is so good. Like it looks amazing. I know you like space. That's why I mentioned it, because it is coming out. I'm not sure when, but it's coming out this coming year. So, yeah. Something to look forward to. All right, our wall is coming together. It's actually nice and sturdy. More sturdy than the Death Star, or Death Slice, sorry. It actually is. It amazes me just how unsturdy the Death Slice is. I mean, it really, really is. So we're putting 3 of those together. 1, 2. See, they have their own profile bricks that look cool. So 1, 2, 3. And then we put that aside. It's kind of interesting how they do these builds. Because, like, they're like, here, put these 2 together. Now set that aside for a little bit. Do this. And then do this. So. Oh, really? So he's getting into doing, making things good. And you're like, hey, I don't have to do anything. I'll just let him do it. What'd I do there? That's 2. That's 2. What did I do? I think. That should go on. Oh, I put that on. Why did I put that on? I thought that had to go on, but it did not. Silly me. I did a silly. That was my fault. Oops. Oops with a capital O. Tear apart, start from the beginning. Boo boo. Yep, that's right. No, that's only if I drop a piece. It's only if I drop a piece. I guess it's any mistake, but still. That's a kind of an interesting looking window. Oh yeah, well, like I said, you know, if he's learning the skills, then yeah, that's awesome. You know, let him. If you're comfortable with him doing it, you know, let him do it. I mean, like he can come over and do mine. Actually, we remodeled our bathroom a little while ago, so right now we don't need it, but he can do it later. All right, so when are you going to do any work on it? So next week, like I said, we're starting the Enterprise. And the Enterprise is going to be interesting because we're also having our lug meeting that night. It starts at 7. So I'll only be in the lug meeting for so long, and then it's like, you know, I gotta get ready for this, or I'll be getting ready for it while the meeting is going on, and then I'll start the Enterprise. Also next week is an awesome thing for the 501st, which I'll be going to dress up. We have a Penguins game. It is Star Wars night, so we are going to that dressed up. So that'll be fun. Always a good time. All I'm hearing, baby sis, all I'm hearing are excuses. Just saying, that's all I'm hearing. Just saying. It's kind of an interesting wall. It's got the old castle style on top. We're gonna do that twice. Yeah. I make the money. Yeah, it's at 7. It is at 7. That is what they say, anyway. All right, our wall is pretty much done. Oh, we gotta put. So this is where the fun begins, as far as like gearing goes. So like, steampunk is all about let's put some random gears in a wall. Why? Why not is really the question. So I gotta make sure. All right, so both of those go. Or is that one too big? Yeah, that one's too big. There is a smaller gear. Goes in here. And this one goes in there. Yeah. There we go. Oops. There we go. Now they do move, which is cool. I mean, like, that's steampunk-esque, but it's like, it doesn't do anything, you know? It's just kind of there. All right, so the smaller gear goes on top. Up here. And it is going to be driven by this one. We got this bigger gear that goes down here. And it's driven as well. So it's just fun. You know, just fun little, this is steampunk, you know? That's kind of what you do. Steampunk has some randomness. Now we're going to make a, this is, again, I love the coloring on this. It looks so good. We're going to make a little steam pipe. So, I'm still stuck doing the work. Sounds like you don't know how to do things right there, Fab. Oh, wait, this is a... That's the wrong thing. So this is interesting. That's I haven't seen this in Lumibricks yet. That's a 3-long pin. We need this one. And then the 3-long pin goes here with this guy. And we're gonna make sure these go the right way because they have the groove, and we don't want that to show. Okay. Ah, that's what that's for. It goes through there. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Somehow that goes all the way in there. That's interesting. Did I? Ah, there we go. Okay, I didn't push it enough. So that whole pin now is covered, which is cool. Groove it. Groove it, indeed. So right before... Aw, too bad. So sad. Right before I... not right before, but like... prior to me getting on tonight, I was shoveling our new driveway, and that is a lot more snow than I've had to shovel in a while. So it was kind of funny doing that and being like, whew. Ooh, no! Where did you go? See, this is where I have to start over. Oh, where'd it go? I heard it drop. I didn't see where it dropped. Ah, there it is. Found it. See, if I lost this, I'd be like, oh, I can't complete it. So, there we go. Nah. I actually like shoveling the snow. So no, it's not gonna be. I'm not gonna do that. There we go. That does look pretty cool. It just pops the coloring for that. I love it. All right. That. Okay. So, doing regular work, not being in charge of others. Oh no, manage. Ugh. I don't know how he does it, but all right. Look, more printed pieces. Look at that. So this is the bad guy. Wanted. And then this is news, like a newspaper, you know, type thing. So we're gonna put that on the wall. So that goes in between. This goes down below. Could make it sideways, like someone put it on wrong. And then another printed tile. Look at that. 1013 Road. So this is where we're at. We're at 1013 Road, apparently. Now this whole thing goes on here. I'm running into something here, so it's not fully going on there. Ooh, there we go. I was like, what the heck? That whole thing was not going down, and now it's where it should be, but now I gotta get this part on. It's interesting. It does not want to go. So let's see why. What did I do wrong? Ooh. That is supposed to have one more. I put that in the wrong place. Hold on. That was my fault. Oops. That's why it wouldn't fit. I was like, something's not right there. But now I understand why. This goes on the bottom. So, yeah. See, that sounds so sad there, Sisu. Like, but that is a common thing, is like people constantly are like, you know what? I wish I could go back to, or like if I knew now what I knew then, you know, what would I choose differently? That kind of thing. So I totally get that though. There we go. I was like, why is that not quite there? So there we go. Everything is where it should be. All right, let's make a thingy. Not sure what this thingy is, but we're going to make it anyway. So it has gotten gray. Yeah, they do. They have just for men. So there you go. So I will say this set is what, 424 pieces. Okay, well, I have to do 3 of these. All right, so we'll do 2 more. This set is 424 pieces. The the Ferrari that I just did, last week and a couple weeks prior, took me 4 hours to do, whereas this is only going to take me less than 2 hours. And the Ferrari is only like 600 some odd pieces, but because it's Technic is just harder to do. Like whenever whereas this is brick built, most of it, and it's just like, do the things, So like, it's kind of funny how depending on what it is, changes how easy it is to build. And it's good to love your job. Wait, baby sis, what did you have for dinner? I didn't see. And that is very important here. Oh, these are going to go up top here, I betcha. Where's the last 2? And I don't think we're going to have much in the way of electronics. It's not going to be difficult to do. Honey barbecue chicken strip basket. Nice. Now, did Colby make that for you too? Right, a little bit more gold accent. Steampunk is all gold and silver stuff. Sheet sub. Wait. I can't believe it. You had a sheet sub. You didn't have pizza? No way. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Do not believe it. And actually, I will say this. Sheets, back when I was in college and they built the Sheets, which is down in downtown Beaver Falls, loved it. It was so good. Like, it is definitely, but a lot of places have, but it has definitely gone downhill. Their MTOs are not what they used to be, that's for sure. Definitely the quality has gone downhill. All right, and the final thing is, oh, I gotcha. Yep, no, I get it. That makes sense. All right, both of these go the same way. Looks like we're building a little trash can here, because yeah, you need a place to throw away your trash, or it's just a steam vent. Okay. Yep, and that goes here. So there we go. All right, so this is the first part. It's done. You can see it's steampunky. It's got the silver, which is really cool. You know, little vent, little gauge there. The signs are all printed, tile. Like, this is one thing I really dislike about the Death Slice is the fact that, like, there were 50 stickers in it. No reason for that. It is, you know, this is a $1,000 set, your first one, and while the windows, the inner windows are cool because they were designed and printed, they stink having all those stickers. His pants are already on. That's wonderful. All right, let's get his face. That would be his face because it's an evil face. Now this is the hardest part about Lumibricks. Their figures are bad. These arms are very thin. And so putting them on is not the best. And they look goofy. Like their legs, these ones actually the legs move, which is they haven't had before. So that's good. And then I gotta put the hands in, which is again, not the easiest. Now their figures are not they're not copying Lego, so that's the reason why they do it that way. Wait, which way does his hand go? Does it matter? I'm not sure. Oh, he has to have the white hands. Okay, he's not wearing gloves. So yes, the Death Slice that I built. That is the $1,000 set. First ever Lego $1,000 set, and it has 50 stickers in it, which is ridiculous. There's no reason for that. Yeah, it has almost 40 figures in it, but like, ugh, just wrong. Need this top hat, and apparently he runs around with a crowbar to cause mischief. So it was like, ah! There you go. There he is. This is, I can't remember his name. I don't know why I can't think of his name. Hold on. It's something 5 or V. Code V. So code 5. That's probably code 5. So that's code 5. Ah! Here's the nice thing. So his legs do move, and we can put him right here. So he's like on the thing, lean him down. Now he's running away. He's like, ah! So yeah, that is, so here, this thing, that thing that I won is $1,000, and everything is a sticker. There are no printed pieces in it aside from like the windows, which was smart that they did that, but gosh, come on. All right, so let's build our heroine. Cool little goggles. Not sure what those are. I mean, she has both hair and a helmet. So if you want her to have the hair, you can give her the hair. Like that. And if you want her to have the helmet, you just put the helmet on. Let's give her the helmet because she's going to be driving. Safety first. Whoops. Her head is a little bit cockeyed. There we go. There we go. Head on wheels, right? And then she gets the steampunk goggles, which do open. So there we go. That's a cool helmet. I like that. Let's get her arms on. Again, the hardest part of any Lumibricks build, which I know they're working on it. They don't want to obviously be so close to Lego that they get in trouble. Totally understand. But yeah, their figures do need some help. They didn't actually have moving legs before, so I'm happy that they have that now. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. So I actually have, I've built the Medieval Pier Inn, which is a retired Lumibricks set. Back when they were called Funhole. I cannot, they're so tiny. It's hard to get them to go in straight. There we go, snap. Oh, she's got cool pants. Oh, gotta get that right in the center. There we go. So she's got, so they're a little tubby, you know, they're all a little tubby. But she's actually got leg printing, which is cool. Those are like her laced up boots. So this is a special piece. You can see it's got like a little divot in it. That's so wire can go under or over it. So that's cool. And these are going to be used for lights too. That's why they have holes all the way through them. So. And they've got a little groove too, so the wire can go to the side. So, so we'll keep that back there. So anyway, she'll be in the vehicle. So we'll put her there. Now we need to build our vehicle, our flying vehicle. So yeah, the Death Star. I didn't realize you didn't know that. The Death Star is the first $1,000 set, and it's all printed pieces, pretty much, or all stickered pieces, which is so silly. So silly. So as they say on VeggieTales, stop being so silly. So I got it free. Yes, I did. You didn't hear. I could have swore I told you the story. Long story short, I was on a Whatnot stream the first weekend in October whenever it released. Ooh, that's a cool. It's a blue. Whenever it released, I was on several Whatnot streams that weekend actually, because with it coming out, so many sellers were doing like, hey, we're gonna do contests and sell the figures separately, blah blah blah, those kind of things. But they were giving away Death Stars too. So I was in a couple streams. I didn't win it until the very, very, very end. And it wasn't even supposed to be given away. Like, it wasn't supposed to be one of the ones. But people were giving tips and whatnot. And they tipped so much that they were like they got to $1,000. So they gave away a second Death Star in the stream. It was a Whoppy Brick stream. And everyone was like, it was a party atmosphere. It was so much fun. Like, everyone was just having a good time as they were selling the figures and things like that. And everyone was like, hey, we got to one, additional Death Star. Let's get to another one. Let's give it to. And again, there's like 2,000 people in this thing, And the dude, Whoppy's really cool. And he's like, no. He's like, we got to the first one. He was like, that was cool and everything. He was like, I was encouraging that. He's like, but I'm not going to encourage a second one. He's like, that's just way too much money. But people kept giving tips anyway. So we got all the tips, and I gave one. So So I didn't spend nothing. I gave a $5 tip at one point. So I spent, got that Death Star for $5. We'll put it that way. So we got the everyone in the stream, like everyone's doing stuff and not paying attention, and all of a sudden, people started saying, "Hey, I can't give any more tips. Like it just won't let me give a tip anymore." And they kind of stopped the stream for a little bit as Whoppy went and checked things out, and it turned out there's a threshold you reach that where it says you've given too many tips for this stream. So it stopped at $1,978, and that was it. We couldn't give any more tips. So Whoppy is like, all right, you know what? There's only $22, so I'm going to foot the rest of the bill, and we will do a third Death Star, giveaway. So everyone's like, oh, that's awesome, blah 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 blah. And so it was like 1:30 in the morning when the Death Stars were finally pulled, and I didn't win the first one because it was Columbus Day the next day and I had it off. So I didn't win the first one, and I didn't win the second one. So mind you, there should not have been a third Death Star pooled. I didn't win the first two. Okay, that's the crazy part. There really was not supposed to be a third Death Star that was going to be given away. So third Death Star comes up to be given away, and my name pops up. Okay, now anytime you win something, especially something that's like big like that, of course you're going to be like, what? Like there's somebody else that's named JonnyBuildz, right? So that was my first thought immediately. I was like, oh, and see, this has like a groove in it for wiring and stuff too. I like that. So anyway, that was what I first thought, and then Whoppy's like, JonnyBuildz, you won the Death Star, and I'm just like, huh. Okay, just like one of those, I'm still kind of in shock. I can't believe that my name got pulled. And again, I'm not a fan of it. I think even after building, especially after building it, I think it looks like poo. I think it was badly designed. But if I could win the very first ever $1,000 set, of course I was gonna try. So people were like, giving congratulations and stuff and everything. So I was on for another like 5-ish, 10 minutes or whatever as everyone's talking and stuff. And of course I'm like, yes, thank you so much for this opportunity, blah, blah, blah. And then, time to go to bed. So I went upstairs to bed, and wife's sleeping, but she wakes up as I get in. And again, it's like 1:30 in the morning to, almost 2 o'clock. And she's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I was on some streams because they were doing the Death Star giveaways and stuff, and I was trying to win a Death Star. She's like, well, what happened? I was like, well, and I really should have, if I had thought about it, I would have been like, yeah, I didn't win. And then when the box showed up a few days later, it'd be like, what? But we got to get, all right, so we got to get some lighting out. But anyway, so. And I told her, I was like, I won. And she said, no, you didn't. I said, yeah, I did. All right, here we go, our first light. So you see how it's designed here. Well, that's kind of a unique thing. And it's got a little sticker thing so you can take that off. So, all right. So the other thing we need to look for, let's look in bag 2, I think it might already have light stuff with it, so we can check the lights. But I told her, I was like, yeah, I won. And she's like, no, you didn't. I was like, yeah, I did. And she's like, well, is there an email or something, And I was like, oh yeah, I need to check. And I did check my email, and there was an email that said, hey, you've won the thing. Okay, so that is, let's plug it in, and I'm not sure which way it goes. We'll plug it in and we'll see if... This is a cool light brick, by the way. Like, you just pop it in somewhere and build it as part of your build, and it's like, hey, I may steal this for... Ooh, that goes in nice. Ooh. Okay, so I don't have watch batteries in here. And then like a few days later, you know, it showed up. And obviously we built it at Tubbs a couple weeks ago. And yeah, so that is the story of how I got a Death Star. Yeah, no watch batteries. So I'm gonna have to find some, but I won't have them yet because I didn't know what batteries I was gonna need. This is cool too, though, because like they have the USB thing, so you can just plug in. I actually, you know what? I have a USB battery pack that goes with my my other set, which I could use instead. But yeah, so I'll have to get some watch batteries. Let's put this back in there so I don't lose it. So yeah, that's the story of how I got the Death Star. And it's still to this day, obviously, it's just kind of like, wow, yeah, like I can't believe that happened. All right, so those go there. Let's get, well, we need our light piece, so we gotta pull that out. There we go. So we put this, goes this way on here. And then we have another light piece. This is going to be hard to find. There it is. Because it's clear. It is so cool. And so, like, that's one reason why, and I'm still working on the details, but that's one reason why I want to give away sets, because I don't need all the sets that I do have, obviously. Okay, so this goes this way. So it has to be going down. Looks like we're good there. Okay. So I want to give those away. Some of them. I'm going to sell other ones. Ooh, this goes through... Oh, okay. So we do this. This is where things get a little bit tricky because you got to make sure that you have things lined up the way that they say they need to be lined up. So, but yeah, I you know, it's, and that's why my saying has changed. It's no longer just keep on building. It's building and blessing, because I've been blessed, you know, like to win that is just insane. It's supposed to be these little little teeth-like things, and I do not see them. I wonder if I left them in a bag. Do not see them in there, so the question is where did they go? And it went wherever I did go. It's supposed to go there. And these little... Oh. It looks like... In here it looks like they're white, but they're silver. Okay. So, that's why I couldn't find them. I was looking for white ones. So, yeah. Quality for the and this goes through here. So both Lego and Lumibricks suffer from oh, look at that. See, you can't even see, you can barely see where that cord is. It's right there, and it just goes bloop, right down in. That's cool. All right. I take it up this way, and I put in a regular 2x1 plate. And then, so that guy goes through. This one has that ridge in it that goes here. So it fits through just fine, and it's not pinched or anything. So there we go. All right, so this product does not include batteries. I wish you had told me beforehand, and then I could have done it. But anyway, so this is supposed to go on here. It clips in. Actually clips in very well. I like how this, I'm not sure if I have it the right way or if I need to do it this way. There we go, yep. Okay, so that fits in nicely. Okay, so this goes on top of here. And this kind of just hangs out for the moment. Okay, so now flip over. Okay, we have it. Here we go. So we have it this way. And it flips over into here. Right like so. Okay. All right. So they have the wire. And that's so you can easily access the battery and stuff. So the wire goes up on here. It's like kept under here. Like it has this little bit. And there's probably going to be things that here that join up so that you can keep it there. So, all right, there's our, look at that, printed pieces. Again, so nice, so nice. And I like how this is such a light blue. It's just funny. Yeah, that's how I won the Death Star, and now I want to do as much as I can to give back to others. So I'm trying to figure out a way that I can make it happen either on streams, like in person. I know how I can do it because like that's pretty easy. You just get people to sign up or whatever, and you do a giveaway. But like to do it on stream, it's a little bit trickier to get like who's been on, who's making comments and stuff, who's just like sitting there waiting for a giveaway. That's one of the things. Like they call them the givey. What is it called on Whatnot? They call them the givey horde. Like as soon as like there's this app that someone designed where like it scans all the Whatnot streams, and anytime there's a giveaway, like immediately like people just show up, because they're using that app to be able to see when a giveaway is. And that's all they do is they go to giveaway stream, giveaways in streams, and then they leave. If it's a big enough giveaway. If it's not, then they don't show up. But it's kind of poopy of people to do that. If I'm in one of the streams, I'm there because it's like, hey, I'm looking for like Star Wars figures or something, and I'm participating. So, but everybody likes something free, All right, here we go. So we're making this complicated thing. All right, so we need this gear and a bigger gear. Those are all the same size gear. Do we have another gear? Should be a bigger gear. Oh no, it goes small. Okay, it goes. Again, I'm thinking bigger, like, but it goes smaller. Oh, it uses one of these. Okay, and then it uses one of those. All right, all right, all right, all right. So got to use the right pieces. So yeah, that's my goal, so to speak. I want to be able to give Gotta make sure I put this in the right spot. I think that one goes there, and this one goes there, right? They don't touch though, which is interesting. They don't touch. All right, so let's do another one. Do this thing. Put a tire on. Nice, nice fit. Look at that. That just looks so good. Looks so good. Okay, so this goes in the end here, and that spins. Then we flip this over and put this on. So when that's cool. That's cool. So like when the wheel spins, these things move. That's cool. And then I have to put a axle right there. All right. So now we've got this thing. It's going to go on here. So we have our wire, and they're showing, don't have the wire right there in between the hole. Have it off to the side just a little bit, because that's where the axle is going to go through. Wrong axle. Hold on. I got to put it this way. There we go. There we go. So our wire is trapped in there, but it is still movable, you know? So you can hide it out of the way and everything's still good. So, yeah. There we go. Cool. All right, now we got to do the other side, finish that up so that we can have our wheel finished. So yeah, still trying to figure out how to do all that stuff. I have a way to track afterwards, track comments that I found. I just got to play around with it and see if it's going to do what I want it to. I think it'll work. It just takes a little bit of doing, because you kind of have to, like, you pull the comments off and then you kind of have to catalog them and stuff, and then yeah. That goes there. And I am not seeing... Ah, there it is, hiding back there, of course. I do have to say, still, so far, both... even though I'll say, like, in the middle, I'll be like, you know what? I don't think I have this piece. And then I look, and it's like, ah, there it is. You know, I have been lucky, blessed, whatever you want to say, to always have all the pieces I'm supposed to have for these sets. Up to this point, that has been the case, which is, I know a lot of people have been like, nope, 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 I don't have this piece, or I was missing a piece. Nice thing is, like if you're missing a piece, you just say, hey, I'm missing a piece. Look how that shines. Look at that. It's so cool. All right, you go in first. There we go. And of course, I'm listening to... I hear the sounds over in the other room. My wife is watching the current season, I guess season 5, last season, I guess, of Stranger Things. It's kind of funny because like you hear nothing for a while, and all of a sudden you hear like, you know, like all this stuff, and then like it goes quiet again, and it's just like, it's so funny. It is definitely a weird show. All right, let's put this bad boy on. Okay, good. And now we'll cap it with one more. There we go. So when the wheel moves, all the gears move, or at least a set of them, 2 sets of them do. So there we go. All right, so we're done with this part for a little bit. But that's the part that has the light. You can turn it on pretty easily from the back here. My big hands, I don't know how that's going to work once it's all together, but hopefully it's good. But in the plane mode, it shouldn't be, that stuff shouldn't be in the way anyway. So, all right. So let's talk about releases. There are 150 releases that have come out in the last couple days. And out of all of them, I don't like, I like 2 of them. Everything else is just kind of, not impressed at all by a lot of the releases. Some of them are okay. Some of them definitely are not mine, like the Ninjago, that sort of thing. I'm just like, you know. But the releases are just very lackluster, except for, and Vab is going to be happy about this, I think. They have another Artemis rocket. It's a smaller version than the one they came out with last year. This one is cool though, because it sits there on the landing platform, and then you have a crank that you turn. Actually, I think it's on this side that you turn, and the rocket goes up. And then as it goes up, the rocket boosters, you know, come off and kind of follow it, and then the top comes off. The capsule comes off as it gets higher. It's kind of a really cool design. That is like the only thing that I really saw in any of the things that were released that, you know, kind of wowed me or impressed me. Everything else is just kind of, eh. The Star Wars sets are awful that they showed. I mean, the Venator MIDI scale set looks okay. The problem is, like, the price is not great. And BB-8, they're coming out with another BB-8 that kind of runs on the ground. And he's very rounded, so he doesn't even look like Lego. He's only like, what is it? He's only like 500 pieces or something like that. And he's going to cost $90. $90. That's insane. Just for a little BB-8. Alright, so over here, on one of these, we put binoculars. That goes in here. And then we trap said binoculars by putting this on off to the side. This is interesting. I'm not sure how. I guess that works. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So nothing aside from that Artemis rocket, which I didn't get the previous one. Nothing else. It looks even remotely decent. Like I'm just not impressed by anything. And I guess I'm not a Lego snob, but like I expect better of Lego, I guess now. And I've been disappointed lately so much that I'm just kind of like, eh. That's kind of how it is. That's how it feels. Like I've just not been. I don't know. I think they've missed the boat on a lot of things. So lately. Okay, so this goes through there. Right? Oh, this is for our big tire. All right, let's do our big tire. Boom. Doo-doo-doo. Well, that goes on nice. Very nice. Okay, little wing thing here. All right, so our first tire goes in here. That way. Oh, interesting. So it does transform. This thing does transform and like, oh yeah. So, yeah. You in there all the way? Yeah, okay. My cat is sleeping and sounds so loud. So we got the tire here, and so whenever it wants to go fly, and then this part goes out probably. Because I don't think it goes this way. This is not, that would, well, maybe. That might work. I don't have that all the way down. There we go. Let's see. Oh, that does. All right. Maybe that's how it goes. So like we go this way and down. Oh, that makes more sense. There we go. Look at that. So it does transform. That actually works pretty well. I like it. It actually works really well. All right, let's build our other side so that we can get flying. So the 3-in-1 is actually just a 1-in-1. You can just do different modes depending on how you want to display it and stuff, which is fine. This is their first foray into a 3-in-1. It's not like you rebuild it completely into something else. But still, kind of neat that this thing actually transforms. That's actually cool. So Logan would enjoy the way this works, I think. Oh, some other things coming up. So I'm looking at whenever the new year starts, changing my, right now he's staying the same, but my JonnyBuildz guy, I have 3 different ones. One, and I'll show you the faces. I'm going to do a poll with pictures. But their faces are slightly different. This is like the classic face. I actually had it as it was black before, but they finally came out with a brown one. Come on, focus. Focus on the dude. Trying to get it to focus, and it doesn't want to. You can kind of see it. Anyway, so that's one face. Like I said, I'll take pictures. Oh, there we go. That focused in on it. So that's a different face. And then this is the third face. So I'm trying to figure out, and I'm going to do a poll to see what people think would be the best face with facial hair to be able to do, to be me. So be on the lookout for that poll so we can get me to be proper. I mean, like the one I have now that you see in my beginning is all right, but I kind of want to change it again just to be like, let's be a little bit more authentically me, I guess, or what works. Because even though I'm getting older and I've got the gray in the beard, I mean, like, it is brown, so I think I want to keep it that way and just keep it like that way. I can do a sig fig, a signature figure for myself, and just be able to get the pieces that I need, you know. So at least that's the thought process anyway. So be on the lookout for that poll to come out relatively soon, and there will be, you'll see better pictures. There we go. Because obviously you couldn't see those very well. So, but yeah. Go in the hole, and then I put this on. All right. We're building this part a little bit differently this time. 133. I'm going to put that down and do this. So if I had so I'll have to find watch batteries, but once I do the watch batteries, then the light will work. There is just the one light, but it does fit in there pretty cool. So I didn't know I would need watch batteries. I figured I would need regular AA's, but apparently not. So okay, got our fender on. I love how everything is so shiny. It looks so good. Okay, that goes up, and we do our last tire. So let's see, the poll I can't see. So it's Star Wars, pre-Disney, and then other stuff, and I can't see what the other stuff is. So let me see what my poll says. No, I don't want to end the poll. There we go. Star Trek, any iteration, Red Dwarf. Interesting. Okay, people have chosen Red Dwarf over Star Trek. That is interesting. I find that hilariously cool. All right, that is pretty neat. That is pretty neat. All right, so in the back, if you want it to be the bike, you do that to keep it together. Now we got to put our flames, our cool flames. So there is no There is no light for the fire, which would not be that hard to do. So, might be something I do later. I don't think Lumibricks sells their lights, but maybe they do, or you know, they might have pieces in it. Like I would get, you know, 2 little light things and be like, hey, let's do, let's add some light to this. Okay. All right, and then so these guns hold the webs. So if you're chasing the dude down and he's in your sights, you go, wow, and that's how you catch him. Hey, Dusty, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. All right, so lift that up. We put our, this is Alice. All right, so Alice, she connects up because we have a, we have this thing here, this brick, so she can stay seated there. All right, so there's Alice. Getting her drive on. Okay. I'm seeing what else they have here. They have some kind of a... Well, that's just our hands going on top of it. Okay, so that's good. All right, so we got this bike. And so if we're going to do it just like this, so we can build all the different parts of this. That's what we're going to do. So this is like phase 1, okay? Basically chasing the dude down and trying to catch him, okay? There he is. Aha! So there we go. So that's done. What did that take? 1 hour, 14 minutes. Okay. So we got 2 options for the flying. I want to do the one that goes up here because I think that'll look the coolest. But we're going to build the stand anyway, just for the fun of it, and then do the lighted portion next. So let's do option A first. That one's too much of an angle. We need the one that's less of an angle. So how is your night going, Mr. Dusty? What did you have for dinner? It's always the important question. Or wait, no, not for you. Duh. Dinner wouldn't be for you. It would be like, what's breakfast? You know, what'd you have for breakfast? Zissou had breakfast for dinner, so he had, you know, he had both. Alright, so this goes there. We need 3 more. 2, 3. One, 2, 3. And I hope you're having a great night. We are building my second Lumibricks, well, my first Lumibricks set, my second Funhole set. Schnitzel, oh, I love Schnitzel. Schnitzel, so I haven't had it in a while. But I always go to the Hofbräu house because they do so good with Schnitzel. I mean, like, I've had it from Aldi, and it's fine, but it's nowhere near as good as, like, the real thing. So, Schnitzel wraps would be good. I, sir, am jealous of you. So this is my second Funhole set, but it's my first Lumibricks set. And been a really cool little build. They sent me this. Actually, they sent me 2, which is pretty cool. So I have another one that I can either, like, I guess I can give it away or, you know, whatever, which actually wouldn't be a bad idea. That would be kind of fun. Not this stream, but at a different one I will do. But yeah, it's neat to have a set that does lighting, and it's cheaper, way cheaper than the Lego stuff. I mean, for having lights and some of the stuff that they do in the specialty bricks, like, this stuff is half the cost of what Lego is for the same number of pieces. It's insane. And the quality, the build quality is just as good. It really is. All right. Oh, I'm putting 2 of those 1x1s in here. This. Oh, sounds like people are getting in trouble with a Demogorgon in the other room. There we go. And then smooth tile. Okay. All right, so, okay. 1x5 and this. What has your day been like today? You have footage of the moving minecart shoot. Oh, yeah, definitely. Do it. Do it. Oh, speaking of Discord, this is cool. So, this past weekend we did the first of our thingies for our first weekend for the trolley museum, the winter trolley. And I did, well, 5 videos, but really 2. The first one I did is like the full thing, everything that we have there all in one go, and then I separated it out because Instagram's kind of funny. Like, they will not give your content to new people unless that's kind of funny. All right, unless you have it shorter than like 2 minutes, something like that. Kind of weird, but that's the way they do things. So I separated it out, and all right, so we're gonna take this off, these little thingies. So the one video, which has a really cool rendition. Oh, we're putting up. Oh, we're shooting from the air, so we got to add these on. And that's what these are for. So I found a really cool rendition of Carol the Bells with the Imperial March. Fantastic. It sounds so good. And that video, because I have it that way because at the end it goes to where my Santa Vader is with the AT-ATs. And all right, so we got to put these like they're shooting out, because he wouldn't fit otherwise. But we're going to be in the air now. So with Santa Vader, so it ends there. So it's got like the Imperial March going and everything. Oh, that's not in there, right? There we go. Wow. And that has almost 10,000 views, which is pretty cool. All right, so we take off, to transform, we take off this little piece here. So let's do this. Take it off. Fold it out. The wheels. Rotate. It's actually really cool how it, and that goes to the back. All right, and then this guy just now sits in here. Right like that. That actually is pretty cool. So there we go. So we got our bike transforms into, this is called Thunderbolt for some reason. What did they say here? They say, switching Thunderstorm to flight mode. We can't let him free for another second. Okay. Now, we can do this and put it on here with hardly changing anything. We don't have to build anything. So what we do is we take this off. Take that off. This is actually really well designed. Put this here. Put this here, sideways. And then you put him, or her, I guess, in there. How far does it go? It has to go past there. There we go. All right. Look at that. So you can do all 3 modes. So it is a 3-in-1, but it's not like how we would figure a 3-in-1 where you rebuild the set completely. Ooh, I gotta pause because we're done. Pause, pause, pause. So hour, 23 minutes. Not bad at all. But that's so cool how it just like sits up there. That is neat. I think everything's on there the way it should be. Looks like it. Got a little edge to it. Flying. All right. That looks good. Oh. The power bank can also provide power to LED lights. So they have this. And what you're supposed to do is put this on in between and have it go from the power pack. Not sure how that goes. Oh, I see. So instead of going into here, into the power pack, so we got the power pack here. So you take this out of the back here, out of the back here. With it here, you string it up with this thing, so it can go in there, and then this plugs in, and then this uses a regular power pack. Let's do that. I have one downstairs. Give me a minute, and I will go get it. So be right back. Apologies. Be right back. Be right back. All right, successful. So my very first funhole set came with this. So we can plug it in. We can actually make the light work without having to have watch batteries. So let's do that. Let's be very carefully unplug that. Okay. And this will plug in to this little joiner. There we go. I will say this plugs in way easier than Light My Bricks stuff does. Light My Bricks stuff is so dang tiny. It's hard for me to see, and it only plugs in one way, so it's kind of tough. All right, so let's do this. These plugs are way easier. Like a kid could do that. All right. Let's put her on there. Let's get our other little, I don't know why this one keeps falling off. It doesn't want to stay on. Oh, I might have the thing in too far, so it's pushing against. There we go. All right. So let's do this. We can plug it into our USB. Oh, there's her light. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So just like that, we made the light work. So yeah, the file was too big. Aw. So there we go. So we have this is the set that I was sent by Lumibricks. I actually have 2 of these, so I might do a giveaway. Oh, that goes out the side. There we go. So I might do a giveaway and give away the other one. But yeah, so there we go. So that's this. But I have something else I want to try. I found this at Target. It's a Max, which means it's not going to be that great a quality. The interesting thing is, what it shows is there's no wiring here, but this somehow wirelessly controls a light in here. And I want to see how that works, and if it works. So let's move this back. Ah, he fell down. We have won. He looks like Snidely Whiplash. That's what I'll call him. So let's open this guy up, and I want to see how this works. Now this may need batteries that they don't have in here too, and so we might not be able to see how it works. But I am so curious. Oh, this is where it says to open it. Ah, there we go. That's so much easier. It's actually like made for it. Okay. Not the easiest to open, but hey, this is their shtick. This is their gimmick, right? They're like, hey, this is easy. Nah, it's not. So since we're doing, oh, thank you. Yep, definitely. Don't forget to like the stream. So, there we go. And of course, it's got more. There we go. That part's easy. There we go. So we got our own Death Star. Let's put this away. And I'm curious to see how this thing works. Because it was showing on there that, hey, you turn this little dial and it turns on. But there's no wires that go to it, at least not that I could see. So let's, I didn't want to bust it open. All right, so those can go there. Got our little instruction book. So it's supposed to be this little dial here makes the light go on. The parts are not numbered, or the bags are not numbered. So you just kind of wing it. Not like I haven't done this before, so. They have a decent look to them, though the ones that are kind of like this, look at that, that's kind of like, not the best. But let's see. We're going to put it together. Oh, no problem. Can you tell us all what it is? Or will she see the stream a little bit and be like, oh! Ooh, it's a lot of little tiny pieces. All right. I'm not seeing a dial, so I'm curious how this all works. We will find out, though. But as you can see, this is done. We have it up on the wall, and the light is working. So there we go. This just—it's funny. This just looks like a plant, like a plant piece. that you would have a plant room. And so this is the light. Not sure how it goes on. Like sometimes they're twist. All right, I guess we'll find out. Aha, there's our dial. A little sticker piece. But I'm not sure how it works. So I guess we'll find out. So let's get to it. We're on Broadway. Does anyone know what that's from? I know my wife knows what that's from, but she's busy watching Stranger Things. So. You probably see the stream. All right, we won't. Yeah, we won't. We don't want to give it away. Sorry, better half. We don't want to give it away. Pieces actually go together nicely, so that's cool. This is one thing I wish Lego did, is do a piece that goes exactly opposite, just in a whatever it's called, in a plate. I don't know why they have resisted doing that. I know there are ways to do it without doing the plate thing, but it just, I don't know. I don't understand why they avoid it. Okay, 4 little 1x1s. At least they have them separated kind of by size. So, wouldn't it? I mean, like, it just seems like that would make sense. Really, everybody else does it because they know that, like, it just makes sense. So I gotta do 2 of those, okay. Figure I had a little bit of time, why don't we do this? So. Just because I'm really curious to see how this thing works and how the light turns on. Because it has a dial for it, and it's weird. So I don't think it's wireless, but I'm not sure how they make it work. Maybe it's just the dial is there to pretend, and you just turn it on. I don't know. I don't know. But if they have a little battery light in here like this, oh, there we go. Oh wow, that's bright. So that's what it is. Just the top turns. It's like those brick. Wow, that's bright. I don't know why they don't do more of that. See, this is our dial, and it doesn't, so it's not designed to work. It just, they pretend. They make it look like you're supposed to use it. I was suckered in, but that's okay. This was pretty cheap. It was like 10 bucks. And I get a free little light that I can use. It's a little top hat that I can use to put into something. That's what, other companies need to do also, is like make simple, easy to use lights like that. Oh, how do I get that out? Oh, how they do their sticker is definitely different. It's like stuck between. Trying to get it out. Ah, there we go. Oh yeah. And you take this. Let's get it on there. So we put the sticker on, and then we should be able to take the. Oh, look at that! I don't know why companies don't do that more with the sticker. Okay, so this is definitely, so this is not a wireless thing, but it still looks kind of cool. Okay, turn on the light. That's the way to do stickers. That was so easy. Okay. This goes out the side. So this is like their own version of Luxor Jr. Obviously. Now, do I have to do 2 of these, or am I just doing 1? If I'm doing 2, I want to see. Nope. Okay. Just making sure. All right. See this? This is such a useful piece. It just like the thing that I don't understand as far as Lego avoiding doing that is like they've done so many other specialty pieces now. It's like, put that down. It's like why wouldn't you buy it at this point? You know. Okay. So I gotta do 2 of these. And another one, and then we do the opposite, like again. So like these are interesting though because they have holes in them. It's almost like you can run a wire through them. That is interesting. That is interesting. Okay, did those 2. Now I got to do 2 more other way. So this one goes here. It's interesting that we're like combining everything like this. Flip it around. Why did I do this twice if I only have 1 of these? Oh, I'm going to use it later, I'm sure. So it's not the piece I want. This one. You must have these special. Does anyone know what that's from? You must have these special. Guys, all I want is a Pepsi. Anyone know what that's from? One of my favorite movie franchises. Kind of funny how they pictured the future, so to speak, or envisioned the future. Is that a different piece? It's hard to tell. Nope, that one's correct. That one's correct. I'm looking for a piece I cannot find. I found those pieces, but I don't have this piece. Unless it's under there. Nope. What goes on this side? No, that has to be that way, or it would not work. Probably looking right at it and I don't see it because that is not the right piece. That does not work. Wait. That might have to be. Let's see where that goes. That clips onto there, I bet you. Yeah, so it has to be. The instructions looked off. So this piece. Yeah. This piece is incorrect because the instructions show it badly. Because I looked like 3 times at it, but I had to go back and see what how this was going together. So it's this one has to go on there. Okay. All right, now we're back on the move. Oops. That needs to go that way. This goes on top here. Okay. This one goes here. I do like how this is designed though, because they have both the joint here, but then they have these pieces here to help solidify it. That's pretty cool. I actually like that. All right, so this goes this way. This goes on here. Now we do 2 more of these to help solidify that, so it doesn't go wonky. There we go. And the last 2, there's a bunch of these. Pretty cool. All right. So this keeps it at a 90 degree. Can't bend it anymore, but that's all right. All right, so this is a weird looking piece. It's a snot brick piece, obviously, but still, it's goofy looking. That goes there. Okay. Oh, this is going to help join it all up. So this goes this way. That goes there. Ah, I see. All right, that's cool. So we got to do this twice. This thing is definitely well designed. I mean, relatively speaking. Okay, got our little base. It's all about that base. No rebels. Okay, so that movie line that I was like, is like, you must have Z special, is whenever Marty goes to the future and with Doc, and he goes into the little cafe thing and has to like the 2 robot things, which is funny how they design the robot things. They're not robots, they're just like screens that come down to yell at you. And it's Yasser Arafat and Ronald Reagan yelling at each other, which is kind of funny. All right, so this goes this way right there. Goes together nicely. There we go. All right, this goes on to there. Reagan smash, that's right. That is right. All right, so we got this thing. We have to do it twice. That goes, okay. That's just a little joiner. Really cool how they designed this little tiny set. It's actually really well designed. I wonder if someone in that does these is like former Lego people or something, and like they feel like they were ousted or like, you know, not appreciated. So they went to these companies and they're like, here, we can build this for you. And they're like, sure, go for it. I've always wondered that sort of thing. I mean, it happens at other companies, obviously. Okay, there we go. Looking good. Looking good, as Peanut would say. All right, so this goes into there, goes into here, and this goes down there. All right. Put this down here, most of the way, partially through. And this goes on here. Oh, no. Push that through more. There we go. A bit more. Just easier to use the table. All right, flip it around. Do this. Yeah. Okay, that goes there. So this is kind of like an industrialized version of Luxor Junior. Right, so this goes here into the platform nicely. Now we do this thing. This goes right on there. Same side, put this on. This goes all the way through. Okay, let me put that down. Get our plant. This is a planter, definitely a planter. Okay, so this has to go on. How does that go on? This goes this way. What? Oh, I see. It does go. All right. That's interesting. So that goes there. This goes through. Flip it around. Ah! Planter fell over. So this has, so it can be turned, I think. This goes in here this way. And this one, yeah, because it can be turned, I think. No, maybe not. It just holds on to it. It's just the opposite way, that's all. But the whole thing goes there. Gives a little reflection light. Let's put this on here. And then, I see. I was like, what are these pieces for? So this goes here. That goes there. That goes there. This goes on the little thingy here. Do-do-do. And there we go. We are done. Ding. Sure. It's like a mini version of Luxo Junior, so which is already like this is I saw the on the advertisement, it showed the person turning this little dial thing and the light going on and like being like, and I was like, there's no way. I was right. There is no way. But yeah, it's kind of a cool little build. So we have 2 builds with lights. This thing looks really cool, being a steampunk. We've got Luxor, and he actually clicks on, which is cool. So we got wannabe Luxor, and yeah, so he goes. So there we go. We got our sets done. We have our Johnnies here that we'll have to go through, and I'm going to do a poll, and people can vote and say which one's their favorite Johnny. So yeah, next week is going to be busy as far as like being Tuesday goes, because we have our lug meeting on Discord at 7. And then I start the Enterprise at 8, which I actually won't be doing it here because it's going to be big enough, and I'm going to be working with the lights and stuff that I'm going to have it out in my dining room. It'll just be easier that way. But yeah, really cool how things turned out, and it's not a 3-in-1 like you would typically think of a Lego set being a 3-in-1, but still pretty cool. And the fact that it transforms, that's kind of cool. So. All right, that is it for tonight. Like I said, next week is the Enterprise D with lights. We're going to add lights. We'll see how long it takes to build, because I have vacation coming up the week between Christmas and New Year's, so we'll see what we get done. So until next time, as always, may the brick be with you, and keep on building and blessing. We'll see you next week.